Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So like I said in my last video, these videos are going to be coming one right after the other just so we can get back on schedule. But today is going to be the cash unstuffing for January as well as the monthly recap. So we're going to combine those into one and then we will be ready for a fresh start for February. So let's just get started. Okay, so first off, we're going to do the cash unstuffing and then we'll go through the monthly recap towards the end, and I will timestamp that for people who, are either only here for one or the other. But is this going to be a big cash unstuffing because it's for January and because I have a couple of things like legal dues or health bills that kind of piled up in December towards the end of the year, and then they got paid at the beginning of this year. So today's total is going to be $5,462 that is getting unstuffed for January. I also have $10 in ones that I'm just going to use for change. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, apparently 11. So we'll just do 10 for now. Okay, so starting off with sinking funds. I did stuff these with a variety of bills, if you'll remember, just because I knew that I was going to be unstuffing them relatively shortly. So this one is going to take out $283. So 100, 250, 70, 80, and $3. So 250, 70, 80, and 3. And I'm going to sweep this over to the side because for some of these sinking funds, I don't roll them over. I actually take them out and use it for my challenge stuffing for the next month. Groceries is going to take out $163. So 100, let's see, I'll do maybe I'll do some of these smaller bills. 140, 50, 60, and 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. And then this will also get swept over there. Milk delivery is going to take out $61. So 20, 40, 60, and 1. Eating out is going to take out $141. Of course, this one I don't have any ones, so 140. Let's see, and I'll just make change over here, I guess. So 20, I need, let's do 5, 10, and another 5. This 20 over here. So 140 and then 41. So that'll be a 5 and I'll get 4 ones back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I do the 40 yet? Let me see. 100. I should have 159 left in here. So 100, 40, 50, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, perfect. Okay. Household is not getting unstuffed. Vehicle insurance is going to take out the full $245. So 100, 200, 40, and 5. Vehicle maintenance is going to be $680. So I remember when I was stuffing this, I was like, wow, I have so much in here. But then I forgot that we did have some rental car expenses when we were still waiting between buying our new car. And then we had registration, and we had the service. So we drive Hyundais, and so we have like the remote start service. So that is going to wipe this out quite a bit with $680. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 50. 70 and 80. So I will have to really focus on building up that vehicle maintenance because I was really happy with where it was. Totally forgetting that I had all those other expenses that were coming out in January. And then one of my subscribers just commented on my last video that they had a car expense that came up, and they are able to fully cover it with their sinking fund. So that is amazing. I love hearing those stories. You know, when we do these kinds of things and we're able to give ourselves some of that buffer, I just think it's just causes so much less stress, and it just makes you feel really proud of the accomplishments. So congratulations for being able to cover your car maintenance. That's amazing. Subscriptions is going to take out $48. So 40, 50, and take back 2. And I guess, should I be counting what's in here? I guess I should. So subscriptions has 20, 45, 6, 7, 8, 9. $49 is left in subscriptions. And let's see, in vehicle maintenance, we still have 50, 70, 90, 110, 30, 50, 70, 90, 210, 11, 12, and 13. So want to get that at least to the deductible of $500. That's just for one car. So I should really get it to $1,000 to cover both deductibles. Gifts is not getting anything out. There's holidays, timeshare. So timeshare is taking everything out. So 500, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000, 1, 2, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 84. So $1,400 is coming out of timeshare. And that is because we had, excuse me, our double maintenance fee came out this year. So basically, instead of raising rates beyond like a couple of percentage points every year, they cap them because they do a double maintenance fee every 5 years. Travel is not getting anything taken out. And then health is going to take out $699. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll take out and we'll take back $1 more. And that means we will have 100, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000, 50, 1,100, 20, 30, 35, 36, 37. So $1,137 left in health. And that is it for the sinking funds. In the investment, which also actually has a couple sinking funds, but I call this investment because it handles all of my retirement accounts, investments, and then also things for my kids, which I, to a certain extent, consider investments. So want to invest in my kids. So kids is going to take out the full $300, and this was diapers and supplies for the trip. So when we went on our anniversary trip, my 2 oldest kids stayed at our house with my parents, and my youngest one went up to his other side grandparents up in Minnesota. And so we wanted to make sure that he had everything he needed so they didn't have to worry about getting anything. And then, you know, getting some extra stuff too for my parents when they were watching the kids, especially because my mom was still recovering from her broken femur. So all of this is coming out. So 100, 200, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 300. So nothing swept from kids this month. Okay. Allowance will get put into my son's binder when we do that later today. Enrichment is going to take out $125. So this was for my middle son's cooking class, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, and 5. So it leaves $25 left. So at his little Montessori school, they have various after, I wouldn't say after school because it's still within the school day, but it's after his half day. And so, for example, it might be soccer, it might be cooking class. I think they have like this bug lady come in who would bring in insects and reptiles. And so cooking's one of the things they offer. And my middle son loves to cook, so this is just right up his alley. Okay, husband, his binder, his new binder. So for personal, we're gonna take out $40. And he bought this with, or he used this for different food. I think a lot of it was probably when he was traveling to go up and get my youngest son. So he drove up to Minnesota to drop off our youngest son, drove back. And then when we came back from our trip, he ended up flying. As soon as we landed at the airport, he took another flight one way up to Minnesota and then rented a car and drove it down. So then he used that rental car for the next week until we bought our car. 50, 100, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80. So 180 is left in his personal account. Grooming is going to take out $36. So let's see, 20, 30, 5, and 6. Which leaves him with $60. This was for his hair paste. Sartorial is going to take out $22. And this was for a pack of underwear from Sam's Club before the trip. How much was that? $22. So 25. We'll take back 3. So that leaves him with 20, 30, 40, 50, 1, 2, 3. Business one is going to take out $97, so 50, 70, 80, 90. Which is going to leave him with $16. Oh wait, $97 he's supposed to take out. So 1, 2, 3. So it took $100, $3 back. He has $5, 6, 7, 8, $9 left. And then business two is going to take out $54. It's for some subscriptions and so that's 54. Let's see. All right, that is it for his binder. So I might take this out because this little zipper insert is kind of messing up with how it closes. We'll see. We'll use it a little bit longer, but I think I might just take it out. Okay, so my binder then, we're going to take out $17. I don't remember what I spent this on. Let's see, we'll do... So 10, 15, 16, 17, which leaves me with 50, 100, 25, 26, 126. Beauty is the next one. We are going to take out $45, and this was for nails, which leaves us with 20, 30, 35, 40. Professional dues is taking out $777. So let's see, we'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 657, 750, 770, 75, 6, and 7. So 777, which should leave us with 10, 20, 25, 30, $35 left. Going to count this again really quickly. So 100, 200, 3, 4, 5, 6, 657, 750, 70, 75, 6, and 7. So, okay, so a couple of placeholders and the 100s. Put right here. 50s, 20, 5, and 7. And last but not least, the last laser payment of $229. So 100, 150, 200, 10, 15, 20, 25, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we'll sweep that dollar. We got 100 here, that super old school 100 I just stuffed. Some 50s, 10, 5s, and 1. So that is it for the unstuffing. So let's count that up. So first off, before I forget, let's take out the 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Put this off to the side. Let's see. Let's count up what we should have unstuffed, which should be $5,462. Here's the 2, so that works out nicely. So, okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 3,800, 50, 9, 50, 4,000. All right, I'm going to put this down just so I don't have to keep fighting with those placeholders. So 4,000, 51, 52, 53, 54, 50, of course, 450, 70, 90, 5, 10, 30, 50, 70, 90, 6, 10, 30, 50, 70, 90, 7, 10, 30, 50, 70, 90, 8, 10, 30, 50, 70, 90, 5, 10, 30, 50, 70, 90, 51, 52, 20, 40, 60, 80, 53, 20, 40, 60, 80, 54, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Okay, I wildly miscounted something, so let me try that one more time. So 4,000, 50, 150, 250, 350, 400, 450, 70, 90, 5, 10, 30, 50, 70, 90, 6, 10, 30, 50, 70, 90, 7, 10, 30, 50, 70, 90, 8, 10, 30, 50, 70, 90, 9, 10, 30, 50, 70, 90. So 5,010, 30, 50, 70, 90, 51, 10, 30, 50, 70, 90, 52, 10, 20, or 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 53, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 54, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 1 and 2. So 5,462. Wow, that was really, really difficult. I will definitely go through and do some editing. Okay, then what we're going to sweep, let me just put this all in order. Okay, so this is what we're sweeping. 100, 50, 2, 50, 300, 20, 40, 60, 80, 400, 20, 40, 60, 80, 500, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Okay. Guys, what is going on with me today? Try that again. 1, 50, 2, 50, 300, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 40, 60, 80, 500, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 96, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So $623 is going to challenges next month. That is amazing. And then 5,462 is going back to the bank. And some of it, like these placeholders, are already in the bank, so it's just a matter of transferring it over to pay off the credit card. Okay, so that capped out our cash unstuffing. And man, I don't do well with those big amounts counting. I apologize for that. Here's my trusty pen. And, okay. All right, so what I need here is we're going to do our monthly recap for here. Okay, so today, if you guys have been here for a while, let me just double check that you can see this. Move this up a little bit. Okay, So first off, what we're going to do is we're going to do our monthly recap. So today, or this month, is going to be January 2024. And so this top part is going to go really quickly because I only did one cash stuffing and one unstuffing. So I stuffed in week 4 of January $7,827. And we just took out, let's see, $5,400 and was it $62? Oh, plus 40 because of kindness and gratitude. So it's really actually $5,502. I'll just put that here. So the totals I would normally do each week, add it up, and then our gain loss is going to be $2,325 is our, whoops, difference. So this $40 is in cash. That's why I wasn't unstuffed, is because the cash got spent and therefore there's nothing to unstuff. So that's pretty good. So that means that of everything we stuffed and everything we spent, we had a gain of $2,325, which means that, you know, that's probably mostly retirement stuff, but we spent a lot of things from accumulated sinking funds such as health and legal dues and things like that. Okay, so then moving on to investments. What we started with is going to be the same amount that we ended with in December. And I didn't have a November or December monthly recap just because of scheduling and everything going on in my life. So I already did that and have it kind of in my record keeping. So I'm just going to fill in these numbers really quickly. Okay, so at the end of December, we were close to just under $250,000 between all 4 of my investment accounts. So the first one is my 401k that reached $216,000, my HSA, which reached $17,000, 529 plan for my kids is reaching just over $5,000, and then the taxable investments that I've had that I don't contribute to right now is $10,720. All right, so then for the month of January, I'm going to write in the contributions that I did. So overall, $2,882 was added to these accounts. So then the end of January means that these accounts were sitting at, and the total for this is now above 250,000. Whoops, 252, 293. All right, so then what I like to calculate is the gain loss. So the gain loss for me is I take the end amount and I subtract what I started with and the contribution amount, right? Not just the starting, but also what I added to this. And then it tells me whether my investments have increased on top of what I contributed or decreased. All right, so as you can see here, my starting balance plus my contribution is actually more by $206 than what I ended with. You can kind of see that more easily here. Whoops, this was supposed to be 730. So 10,730 is what I started with, and I didn't add anything, and then I ended $6 under. So that's a $6 loss. Same thing here. So $5,012 added 150, and then I was under. So even then, just a straight up loss of $18. So I like to do it that way. It just gives me a better sense of you know, what my overall how my overall investments are doing, and it actually calculates the contribution in there. One thing that I do want to note, and I'll grab my December chart, is that investments can go up and go down wildly from month to month. So here in December, as you can see, and I did not fill out all my goals and accomplishments, but my starting, so this was the end of November, so what started in December was $233,894. I contributed just over $2,500, and then by the end, it rose to $249,677, which is again what started in January. But the gain loss for the month of December was $13,000 after factoring in contributions. So what's crazy when you have investments, and that's why they say slow and steady, like do not be an emotional investor, is that from the beginning of December to the end of January, January had a slight loss of $266 across the 4 accounts. However, I had a huge gain of $13,000, right? So between the beginning of December and the end of January, I practically had basically a $13,000 gain, give or take 20 $29 or $31. So that's why you always have to look at things in the long run. If I just looked at January, I'd say, man, my investments are doing a little bit under the weather. But then when I look at December and average that out, my investments are still doing much better than they were at the beginning of December. Okay? All right. So a couple things I want to do here now is accomplishments this month. So the first accomplishment was a wellness break. Going on vacation was great because it really helped me kind of recenter myself, kind of refresh my mindset, made me really appreciate my husband more because we got to connect without the noise and chaos of our daily lives. And then by the middle of my trip, I was missing my kids so badly. I mean, I was so thankful to be on a trip, and I knew they were perfectly happy and safe at home, but I was so ready to see them by the time we got back. Another accomplishment was that we increased our auto savings, and not the car, but just automatic savings. So that was a very minor thing, but I did increase to $2,122 for the 401k, which means a little bit more money is coming out of my paycheck. I did get a slight pay raise, so part of that is incremental, but I did take a little bit more out for my take-home pay. And then we bought a car. So that was good because we really needed one, and my husband's really happy. I think I mentioned this before, he ended up getting a hybrid, and so he's so excited for the gas mileage right now. Goals next month. All right, so here's a new term that I just heard. It's been around for a couple of months, I think, but loud budgeting. Loud budgeting is basically, I think it was a comedian maybe came up with it on TikTok, and it essentially is giving, especially the younger generation, this easy, socially acceptable out for saying, for example, no, I don't want to go out to an expensive dinner and night of drinking. Why don't you guys come over to my house and have a couple of drinks before you go? We can socialize because I want to save money. I'm doing loud budgeting, right? So it's just kind of this blanket phrase of just saying like, yeah, I'm going to pass up on spending some money. Might be social, might not even be social. But because I'm saving for this goal. And it kind of gives people the ability to essentially pass up on doing something because it's money, but because you also have a different goal in mind, right? And it doesn't have to be, in my opinion, it could just be for your weekly expenses. Like you could say, like, I'm loud budgeting, and maybe it's just for your grocery bill, right? Maybe it's for your utilities. Doesn't matter. It's nobody's business. But it gives you kind of, I would say, an added tool to tell people why you're not going to do something maybe expensive. Because you've got other financial goals. And I think any tool we can add is hugely beneficial. So I'm going to start using more loud budgeting, not only with my family and friends, but even with my husband. Like, no, we shouldn't go out to eat because, let's do this loud budgeting. Like, let's save up for, this goal or this trip. So I'm sure there are tons of videos out there. It's definitely a buzzword right now. It's the one I'm going to be incorporating, but loud budgeting. The next one is I want to get back on reading. So every year I always start off with a goal of how many books I want to read. And I always know that I'm going to fall short. But again, I always set that goal because it still pushes me harder than if I didn't set a goal at all. So the next month of February, I want to read 3 books. Right now I'm reading, I think, the latest in the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo series. So the original author who wrote the trilogy of Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, it's also in movies, ended up dying quite a while ago, I think. But he's had some other writers now. His estate has had other writers. I think there's 2 of them now. Continue the series. So I read all of the ones by the second writer who was a man, and now looks like they're on a new writer who happens to be a woman. So this is the first book I'm reading that she has written. It's pretty good. I'm about halfway through it. But I always find it kind of a fun read. It's really quick for me. And I tend to like fiction books. I don't know. That's just what I like. Okay. And then the last one is I want to reduce eating out, right? So loud budgeting. We're going to reduce eating out just so we can try to save more for our challenges. And basically my loud goal is I want to be able to have money to potentially put into our Airbnb business. Well, it's not really Airbnb, it's a bed and breakfast business. We're going to actually pull off the Airbnb platform because I'm just not a big fan of Airbnb's platform and kind of like the negative connotations that a lot of other owners have. And, me as a consumer of Airbnb have not been happy with like all the fees and stuff. So anyways, we're just going to pull out of that and just use our own website. And then I also want to just, either use that money to reinvest into the business or to potentially start looking within the next year or two for a second business. So that is it for the monthly recap. One last thing we are going to do is cashback rewards. So I did cash out $87 for the month of January from my credit card rewards. And so I'm just going to take that money and put it into this cashback rewards envelope. And I saved up, I think, over $1,000. Can't remember exactly. And took it on my trip. And that's what I used to spend on some of my Louis Vuitton purchases. So again, I'm going to collect all my cashback rewards, whether it's from Upside or Fetch or credit card rewards. And then at the end of the year, I'll decide what I want to do with them. So 20, 40, 60, 85, 6, and 7. $87. All right, and that is it for today. Thank you so much for checking in. Oh, I didn't do the investment. Today, like I said, it's been very chaotic. So actually, we'll do this really quickly. So last part of this is rebalancing the investment portfolio. So I should have 218,000. So we're going to just roughly say 218,000. So 100, 200. Oh, wonderful. So, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's take these out. And you know what? I think I need to grab a bigger placeholder. So we're going to do 100, 200. There's another 1,000. 10,000. So 210,000. 215,000. And then we'll do 16, 17, 18,000. And I guess we'll do we did have some 5,000s in here. 218,000. We'll just stick with 218,000. I won't go into the 100s. Okay, and then for the HSA, we need 17,700. So 10, 15,000. We'll get rid of some of these. This would probably be a lot easier if I just split them up like this. Okay, so 10,000, 15,000, 16, 17, we'll do 17,500. Okay. The 529 is going to get 5,100, so looks like we can cash in these 1,000, so 5,000 and $100. Okay, so we'll do that. And then finally for the taxable, 10,700. So we'll do a 10,000 and a 500. We'll do 10,500. Perfect. All right, now that is it. I apologize, guys. I haven't done one of these recaps in a while, so definitely was not prepared for all of the different steps. But thank you so much for joining, and I will see you for February's first cash stuffing. Bye.